Everyone is waiting impatiently for Shiba Inu today. It has been fluctuating in price. People are wondering about what's going on. Coinbase also made a huge announcement to further stoke the flames. It seems that there have been recent concerns about hundreds of billions of Shiba Inu. Here's the problem, however. Additionally, the Shiba Inu crew stepped up and cleared a legacy for Shiba Inu. What is going on? What is the reason for Shiba Inu's permanent inclusion in history? Alright, let me clarify. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. Please note that by the time you see this video, some rates may have changed. Financial advice is not included in this video. Shiba Inu has shown extreme volatility. Like a roller coaster, the price has been fluctuating. The good news is this. Finally, everything is quieting down. People are talking only because the chart is beginning to level out a little. It gets much stranger from here. Others are ecstatic, while others are baffled and unable to comprehend what is going on. For what reason? Because something huge just fell. Directly from Coinbase, it's drawing attention too. It seems that a significant number of Shiba Inu coins have lately relocated. In one transaction, we're talking about billions of dollars. Something like that doesn't happen very often. And then, nearly at the same moment, the Shiba Inu team made a shocking statement. An unprecedented event in the history of Shiba Inu. Hold on, even though I know you're eager to find out what it is. Now let's zoom out and quickly review the implications of this for Shiba Inu's chart. Here's when it gets interesting. Despite having fallen significantly from its recent peaks, Shiba Inu are still displaying impressive strength. Big holders aren't going anywhere, one analyst said. This isn't dumping. It seems that they are really doing the exact opposite. Just below two significant moving averages, Shiba Inu is hovering at a crucial level. The momentum is steadily increasing. Also, have a look at this. The on-chain data is quite optimistic. The number of whales is rapidly increasing. The largest holders' inflows have increased significantly during the last several months. There was a considerable surge only last week, which often indicates buildup. They're packing up. At the same time, there has been a significant decline in outflows, or the movement of tokens. That indicates that the whales will not be departing. Instead than selling, they are remaining, maybe even transferring tokens across wallets. Even more concerning is the fact that there are now a lot more Shiba Inu wallets containing substantial sums of money, 6 to 8 figures. Usually, it indicates someone who is looking to the long term. These aren't flippers for the short term. These devoted followers are setting themselves up for success, and here's the problem. In fact, a tiny decline of smaller wallet addresses corresponds with the trend toward larger holders. A period of quiet, steady development is often preceded by that sort of redistribution. It seems as if the market is settling down, preparing for the next significant event, and resetting. Speaking about significant changes, Coinbase just sent shockwaves across the Shiba Inu community. Here's the thing, a significant event just occurred. A significant move was just made by a giant whale that has been covertly consuming Shiba Inu for the previous month. This individual had been accumulating about 200 billion tokens throughout time. A billion, all beneath the radar, indeed. Now, however, they abruptly transferred the whole bag back to Coinbase in a single transaction. We are discussing the simultaneous relocation of Shiba Inu valued at millions of dollars. What typically does it imply then? They could be getting ready to sell, or they have already done so, and it becomes much more fascinating. In fact, the wallet's history reveals that all of those Shiba Inu coins were just acquired from Coinbase in 3 distinct installments, all quietly and gradually. Their current value is somewhat higher than their value at the time. Based on the calculations, it seems that this whale could have just made a perfect round-trip revenue of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Isn't that a victory? However, here is where things start to become a bit suspicious in a good way. The Coinbase wallet where each token originated was the one from which they were all returned. Typically, we don't see it from ordinary individual traders. That seems more like a concerted inside process. Perhaps it was not even a normal whale trade. Perhaps it was a part of something larger that was taking place in the background. And that's why Shiba Inu find this so important. Regardless of whether this was a real sale or perhaps a simple internal transfer between Coinbase accounts, the timing is amazing. Shiba Inu's market worth was increasing at the time of this relocation. The value of the whale stocks increased dramatically. This is where it gets exciting. Either they were anticipating what was going to happen and left at the right moment, or they are laying the groundwork for something much more significant. In what way does this all affect Shiba Inu? It signals movement, large sums of money, attention, and perhaps momentum. Because there is a reason why these types of actions occur, the hot wallet wouldn't have returned immediately if this had been a normal sell-off. That little detail makes all the difference. It implies that there may be an insider maneuver, strategic positioning, or even planning for a significant announcement, utility shift, or listing change taking on behind the scenes. What do they know that we don't? Is there insider information out there? Something that hasn't been revealed to the public yet? Perhaps. Whales frequently react to larger stimuli when they move in this way, particularly during interactions. Something is in the works. Furthermore, the outcome is bullish regardless of the precise cause. For what reason? For Shiba Inu are once again the center of attention. It's soothing to look at the charts. There is activity among the whales. It's accumulating. And now, in front of everyone, Shiba Inu, valued at millions of dollars, has made a daring, dramatic move. Shiba Inu enters the next stage, when it begins to shake off additional zeros and strive for new accomplishments thanks to this sort of enthusiasm. Furthermore, history demonstrates that Shiba Inu like making unexpected, explosive movements. Every element is present: whale action, exchange movement, price consolidation, and community buzz. So, we're seeing something significant happen, whether it's the start of a strategy change or the quiet before a breakout. Furthermore, it is bullish regardless of how you interpret it. Shiba Inu are not finished. Not close at all. It's just warming up now. And the big news from the Shiba Inu development team came at the ideal moment. In all honesty, this is a first for Shiba Inu and rather significant. So have a look. A recent upgrade to the Zipto app allows Shiba Inu owners to access Shibarium and SHIBASWAP in one location. You can stop switching between wallets and applications. That's all fine. Easy to use, quick, inexpensive, and seamless. It's like having the entire Shiba Inu ecosystem on your phone. But it gets more bizarre. The Vault keycard, which is similar to Fort Knox for your Shiba Inu tokens, was also released by them. The first company to provide Shiba Inu next-generation protection with cold storage level security is Zipto. Trust and safety have greatly benefited from it. What makes Shiba Inu a legitimate participant in the DeFi arena, rather than simply a joke, is this type of thing. True usefulness, actual access, genuine adoption. You may be sure that advancement of such type is accompanied by price action. More Shiba Inu are being used. More tokens are being locked. More thrills. Yes, there are fewer zeros on that cost. And that breakthrough may be imminent. For one expert, Shiba Inu is really on the verge of something significant. So, this is what's happening. Mike, a trader on TradingView who has been analyzing charts, dug deep into Shiba Inu's historical movements and discovered some shocking results. That huge run in late 2021 was the last thing he thought of. Shiba Inu went to a whole new level in that one. The price then skyrocketed. At the time, the chart indicated confident, robust purchasing. The screen was filled with large green candles soaring skyward. Things dropped down after that peak, which was all buzz and momentum. Shiba Inu kind of sailed along this long, gradual slump from late 2021 until the beginning of this year. Here's the problem, however. Not simply folks were selling out. Mike said there were indications that the sale wasn't even organic, lots of long wicked candles. Strange conduct that may indicate manipulation instead than a decline in interest. Buyers continued to show up and remain strong despite everything. This is where the fun begins. Mike identified what he refers to as the trend killer level. Shiba Inu has previously challenged this strong resistance line, but it has never been completely broken. However, take note of this. Real strength is once again growing in him. He actually took a trade earlier this month when the everyday candle eventually turned bullish once again. He is now aiming for certain attractive price objectives that, if reached, would cause Shiba Inu to rise sharply. Hard back to 2021 level, and he's not alone. On X, another analyst who goes by the name Rose Premium Signals also saw something really optimistic. Shiba Inu had just emerged from a falling wedge pattern, one of the well-known indicators that an upward reversal is imminent, according to her. The strain seems to be building and eventually exploding. Honestly, this is all consistent with what we are now seeing. The community's excitement is growing. Developers are releasing significant changes, whales are active, and the charts are stable. Everything seems to be finally falling into place. But how do you feel about this? Post a comment below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it, and subscribe to the channel.